see if I can unmute you. You're still muted.
Okay, I'm present. Gail
There you
Frazier.
Gail, what is your last name?
Gail A. Frazier, Frazer.
Okay,
But
and
it's-
who are you representing in this this matter today?
I'm the landscape architect.
Okay, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
And then I have Kevin Walter.
Hi,
Hi, are you the
the
property owner and
property owner, yep, of 1254 Grace Avenue.
All right, got it. And Sarah Walter.
Hello, yes. Also property owner, and Ezra's with us as well, so I'll stay muted.
Fair enough. Okay, and then I have Wes Munzel from the zoning department.
Good morning.
Good morning, or afternoon, as it were. And then I have Mike. What is your last name, sir?
Bodnar, Bodnar.
Okay, and who are you representing today?
I'm the neighbor.
Okay. And then I have David. What's your last name, sir? You're muted still.
David Underhill.
How do I spell your last name?
Underhill.
H-I-L-L. All right, and who are you representing today?
I'm the contractor.
All right. Okay, are we expecting anybody else to be joining us?
No, we're not.
Okay. I will note that David Sturkey is also present this morning, just observing. So let me do a brief script that I have to read to you guys, and we can go ahead and get started. This is the May 7th session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. My name is Ashton Tucker, and I will be serving as the zoning hearing examiner for the city of Cincinnati, and I'll preside over this hearing. This case before us today is case number ZH20250038. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any other parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules of found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any other party wishes to offer must be presented in this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. That would be Mr. and Mrs. Walter, Ms. Frazier, as well as Mr. Underhill. Then the public will have an opportunity to speak, which is the neighbor, Mr. Bodnar. Then we'll talk about the staff report from the zoning department and have the zoning department tell me about that. And then if there are any sort of arguments in opposition, I will give the applicants an opportunity to rebut that testimony or offer any other argument in opposition. Ultimately, we're going to give the applicant an opportunity to respond to anything that has been said. Finally, I will allow the applicant to have the closing statement. And after all presentations have been made, I'll close the hearing and a decision can be sent out to you. It can be expected within 2 weeks. I will be sending it via email to everybody who is currently on this call. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask any questions or to make any comments. In the event that we experience any technical difficulties, I will try to troubleshoot that to the best of my ability. But if it is beyond my ability, I may continue or postpone this hearing at my discretion. All right. So if anybody is intending to testify this afternoon, if you could make sure you are off mute and raise your right hands. I do have to swear you in. All persons providing testimony must be sworn in now. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will be giving will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
I do.
All right. So we'll start with the applicant, Mr. Walter and Ms. Walter. Who would like to take the lead on this?
I'm happy to take the lead.
Okay, what would you like me to know about this situation? What kind of project are you trying to do?
So we started this with to fix an issue, our front steps and walkway and little landing in front of our front door are about 20, 25 years old and crumbling to a dangerous point in the winter especially. And so we want to address it and then realized, you know what, we would really like to do it and make it nice and see what we could do to re-landscape the front of our house and really increase curb appeal, the value of our home, all of those things. We did a lot of looking, took about 2 years and found the best builder we could, David, by asking our neighbors in the area, of kind of the nicest homes in our area with a good example of, and he has done a lot of work in the Hyde Park, Mount Lookout area over many years. And so we've worked with him and Gail to not only fix our problem and design a solution, but to increase the usable space in our house by proposing a front porch to be added. So in our application, we put a 10-foot by 24-foot lean-to roof structure to cover the patio, which does not currently exist. And to be honest with you, we really only need 8 feet. So in the application, we state that our current setback is 37 feet, which is 8 feet below the average. And in the proposal for 10 feet, that would put us 3 feet beyond, the average of a front setback. So we're really, really only asking for 8 after some more design consideration. So we're asking for an extra foot based on the averages.
All right, I'll just turn it over to Ms. Walter next, if you have anything you'd like to add as well.
I'm feeding my son right now, so nothing else to add. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Frazier, anything you'd like to add to this discussion?
I mean, just in general, I think that the plan that we put together just really adds a lot of curb appeal and definitely will add add value to to all the surrounding neighbors. I don't think anything we're adding is unsightly. It's just it's going to look a lot nicer. It's going to be a major improvement. And if I was a neighbor, I would definitely want my neighbors to make such an improvement because it'll increase the value. It's not affecting the health, safety, and welfare of anyone. I just think it's a very nice improvement. I'm excited to see this one go in.
Mr. Underhill, can you tell me a little bit more about the project?
It's a complete refacing of the front yard, making it more functional, wider driveway, making use of a porch that most people have. He's right now, they've got very little. They walk out the door and they have to almost tippy toe out the door, and it's not very safe. So all we're doing is adding a small patio that would be covered openly, right? No sides, no nothing. It's just an open roof structure, lean-to. I don't know if you saw the rendering that Gail did, but that really shows the aesthetics of all that. And really, it's just makes the whole yard more functional and safe. And that's what we try to do with most everything. And we try to increase the the architecture of the house. We try to match everything to it to complement it and complement the neighborhood. So yeah, it's pretty simple. We do it all the time. We're looking The neighbor next door, he's 30 feet from the setback. We're just
37.
asking for one more foot beyond his brand new house. And if you look at the houses below to the right, there's 3 houses that really throw the whole thing off. They set way back. But then if you look up the street and you look farther down the street, these houses are well within inside the setback, meaning they're 21 feet, they're 20 feet, they're, you know, we're just going to be 27 feet, right? So we're not asking for a lot. And there's all these other houses that are way inside. I know you have a 300 average feet going back and forth, but I don't know if you're looking at what I sent zoning.
I can try to pull that up. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, that really helps. The survey.
I'm gonna share my screen really quickly.
Okay.
And you can tell me if this is what I am looking at. Would be this here.
Yes. Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Although that one is not showing the side setback, there's another one that we sent off that shows the front and the side.
Okay,
This is,
let me see if I can find that one. Give me 1 second.
yeah. Kevin, you sent that, didn't you?
Yeah, let me
The
see.
one
if-
that I had Emmett show the side setback to 4 feet and the front.
There were 3. I didn't know if, let's see.
Yeah, this survey was dated, Keith made this correction.
I think page 4 of the staff report shows the
4.
drawing with the setbacks.
Okay,
Or the-
I do have the staff report up, so.
Thanks, Wes.
Thank you, Wes. This one,
Yeah.
page 4.
That's the latest
Oh.
survey. So it shows the house being 4 feet, which is more than 7 feet, but as Wes told us, that's grandfathered in. Than any new structure, you know, we'd have to set that inside. But mainly, we're looking for the 27 feet, which would be very close to the house to the left. I think what throws everything off is everything to the right, they're all set back. And if you take those averages, it's almost like, it's not really fair. Because you look down the street and you look up the street, these houses are like within 20 feet of the setback.
I have some math on that. There's 12 houses within 300 feet left and right, and 7 of the 12 are less than 26.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you repeat that?
Yes, there are 12 houses within 300 feet left and right,
Mhm.
and 7 of those 12 are less than 26 feet.
Yep, I
Okay,
came
got
up with the same calculation.
Okay. Anything else you want me to know at this point?
No, that's about it. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. I mean, it's gonna help the neighborhood. The neighbors should be happy that they're doing what they want me to do, and it's gonna be beautiful. This is what we do for 27, going on 27 years now.
So I will now turn it over to public comment. Mr. Bodnar, is that how that's pronounced?
Yeah, Bodnar, close enough. It's
Bodnar,
old Bodnar.
Bodnar, sorry, Mr.
Yep.
Bodnar, you are a neighbor?
Yeah, on the drawing that you're looking at, I'm in 1258 which is a duplex home, 1258 and 1260. I live in 1260, the top 2 floors, and rent out the first floor. Comments are, this is wonderful. The neighborhood is full of porches. The house next to us is one of the few that doesn't have a porch. So it adds a lot of great character to the home. It improves the aesthetics of the home, and it improves the neighborhood by adding another porch that people can sit out and relate to people walking by. We do that from our second floor balcony. We have our neighbors to the right of us that sit on their porch often, and we'll see Kevin, Sarah, Ezra, and the dogs out on their porch. So we're looking forward to the project. We think it's a great addition to the home and to the neighborhood, and should be, as everyone has said, a no-brainer. I think Gail and David described it very well, along with Kevin's description of what they're asking for.
Thank you very much. I will go over to the planning department. Mr. Munzel, what would you like me to know? I do have the staff report. Could you just take me through that a bit? Or really just your analysis?
Well, okay, so section, let's see here. Page 6 kind of outlines the parameters for review for special exceptions for the porch. So just this project for as far as zoning review is just the porch. The landscaping and such is not really part of our review, but we did conclude that there was no substantial impairment of property value, and the project was in compliance with the code. There's no undue adverse impact, and it was in compliance with other standards. So we outlined that in our report. So I don't have any additional comments beyond that.
All right, thank you so much. What I will do now is I'll turn it back over to the applicants for the last word. Anything that you would like to add? We'll start with Mr. Walter.
I think everything has pretty much been said. I think our neighbor Mike said it really well. We're looking forward to an opportunity to spend more time in the front of our house and just have another place to connect with neighbors. And then, looking forward to trick-or-treating and little things like that. Putting a little swing and some places to sit out there, and just just increasing the usable space of our house. So we're really looking forward to an opportunity to do that.
Okay. Sarah, anything additional?
Nothing else. I think the biggest thing for us is just spending time with our kids outside and being able to be more with the community. So thank you.
David?
So there's one little subject that I want to bring up with
Sure.
Wes, that Wes and I have talked about. The side setback, okay? The house is 4 feet, all right? So that's 3 feet over the limit. It's grandfathered in. Any new structure, Wes pointed out, well, the post, the supporting post would come off the corner of the house, and we're not allowed to have that post. So aesthetically, that's kind of gonna not be, what am I trying to say?
It'll look a little awkward.
Little awkward, because you're gonna have one post here, and then it's not gonna be equal distance. And I'm wondering if we could, it'd be nice if we could just come off the side of the corner, not intruding any further beyond the house. And because if we go 3 feet inside the house, then the other post on the other end, it's just gonna look awkward. And Gail, you pointed this out, and you have more. I mean, it's just gonna look awkward. So it'd be nice if we could have the post right off the corner of the house, if that's possible. But the main thing is we just want to do this. I mean, I guess we could live with the post being 3 feet inside of the footprint of the house. It's just going to make it look not aesthetically, uniform. Or the word is escaping me.
Would it be helpful to pull up the rendering? It's document number 8. I'm not sure how to share my screen on Zoom.
I can get you. You're good. I
Okay.
actually got that up as well.
The rendering that Gail did.
Yeah.
There you
There it
Oh,
is.
there it is. So the far left post would be just off the corner. And if we move it in 3 feet, I don't know, that's just gonna look kind of goofy. Like, what the heck are you guys doing?
Not to
Yeah.
interrupt, let me ask you this, is that different from what you've already submitted to the planning department?
No,
Okay, just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
right?
Okay.
Wes, is that, I mean, he brought up the situation. I mean,
Well, your site plan shows the 7 feet to the new porch, so
yeah, no,
That's-
you're right.
that is different.
What
yeah.
the current survey does say 7 feet. But we could cantilever the roof to the corner of the house, but it's at one post that just would just throw things off a little bit. I mean, I guess we could live with it. I mean, if that's going to be a deal breaker. But ideally, it'd be nice to just come right off the corner of the house. And
A functional reason, if I may, a functional reason to have a post in the corner is on that side where you can kind of see the yellow plants there. We will need some sort of railing for safety there. It's going to be about a 2-foot step down, and we don't plan on adding steps on that side. And so we will need some sort of railing. And so that post would act as a structural piece to help contain the railing if we could put it at the corner.
yeah, that's a good point.
So I think, at least from, I'll have to take this back and think about this, but I think from my perspective right now, I am only basing things off of what that have been submitted at this point to planning. So what I'm understanding is that this is a little bit slightly different than what has been submitted to the planning department at this point. Would you prefer to resubmit and try to start this again? Because from where I'm standing, I can only really discuss or decide based off of what has been already presented, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, to redo all this, now we're talking another several months.
I imagine so.
And I just thought I'd ask to see if you guys could consider a small adjustment to the post.
Wait. I mean, I don't think we can do that today because we have to send out, the law department send out another notification about the additional zoning relief item. Can't just do that on the fly. It's a formal process and all that.
Well, I guess Kevin and Sarah, could you live with the post being 3 feet inside? It's not a huge deal, but it's just,
We're talking just the post, so
Yeah,
the roof
just
is not included in this.
Or,
Well,
or do we make the porch 3 foot shorter
Bring the
that
whole left
as well.
side in.
on
Yeah.
on that side? Just bump it in the 3 feet, or maybe it's 24 inches and you cantilever only a foot for the post instead of the 3 foot. The 3 foot would definitely look odd, but you could just easily slide the porch in from the corner and it not look odd.
Yeah.
So,
Give a little less.
If I could just jump in here,
Yeah.
David Sturkey with the law department, just real quick, I want to clarify. So my understanding is that you're asking for a front yard setback of 27 feet. Is that correct?
Yes.
And is that true based on the changes that you discussed as well? Or are you
Yes.
asking for more relief than 27 feet?
No, we're,
Okay. It's just the site plan design that you submitted to the zoning department and for this application
right,
is not consistent with
what we're
the
asking.
design of what you want to do or what you're asking for here today.
We
Is that
just
right?
added, I didn't know about the 3 feet until afterwards. So honestly, we'd like to just concentrate on that. Make sure that we can at least do this, right? So like Gail said, we can shorten the thing up to make it uniform. I mean, Kevin and Sarah, are you okay with that? Making it, a couple feet in or 3 feet in, and then, we can always cantilever the roof closer to the edge. I don't know, or just shorten it up 3 feet.
I think we can, if that's what if it's either make a decision on that right now or postpone multiple months and redo this whole process, I would say putting the post in the right spot at the 7-foot spot, and the roof either staying all the way extended to the edge of the house or coming in. Yes, we can work. We still have to engage with the architect officially. I think we can figure out a way to make it look nice.
Yeah.
So
I like Gail's idea.
Okay. I think that's a reasonable option. Let me just double check with the zoning department really quickly. Wes, if we were to continue this in progress and they were to submit a revision that reflected those changes, could you then evaluate that and we can come back on that without starting the process from scratch?
Which change are you talking about? Like decreasing the width of the porch? Well, I mean, the site plan shows a 7-foot setback to the porch, so you do that, you're fine. Like that's all I would look for as far as a side setback.
Yeah,
But
Maybe
I
what
just
guess I'm a little confused too. Are we talking about expanding the actual size of the porch in any way?
We're talking about shortening the length, not going to the rendering. The rendering shows it coming off the corner of the house, which is 4 feet. So that's 3 feet more than a new structure is allowed. So,
but the rendering, like the site plan is is the more important document than the rendering. The rendering is conceptual, like it's not actual. So the site plan shows a 7-foot setback to the porch. So if this if the special exception gets approved, the 7-foot side setback is what you proposed. That's approvable or whatever if they grant the relief. So bringing the porch roof to the edge of the house is not really, even though it shows on the illustration, it's not really, in my opinion, that's not what you're asking for. You're asking for the front setback stuff.
yeah. In my opinion, we should just stick with the front setback, shorten up the structure, gives you, Kevin and Sarah, gives you a little privacy hedge, a little bit more room for, not that you want to shut Mike off, but he's being such a good neighbor. So you lose 3 feet. So instead of 24, you're 21, right? I mean, it's still pretty good size cover, and then everything would look
symmetrical and
symmetrical. That was the word I've been trying to come up with. Symmetrical.
And that plan is consistent with the site plan that was submitted.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, we thought we'd have we're asking for a foot more for the setback for the front, and let's just skip the idea of going to the corner of the house. Stay with the site plan. That's my suggestion.
All right. So anything further from the applicant? From applicant side, no?
No, as David said, let's stick with the site plan for the side setback, and then the only request in this matter is the front setback.
I understand. Okay. So what will happen now is I'm going to take all of that under advisement and I will issue you a decision. Just be on the lookout for that within the next 2 weeks. Again, it will come to the emails of everybody who has been involved in this hearing, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Cool.
and with that, I will close out this hearing.
Okay, well, thanks for all your time, everybody.
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Look forward to good positivity.
Great. Thank
Thanks,
you,
David.
everybody.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.